Testing. 1, 2, hit the record button and start this video. I've been standing around getting ready. Hit the record button. You're recording on. Take 1. Hey everybody, I'm Chuck. Come on in. Crazy Wild Hair Day. The IYV guitars. We're going to get some measurements. We're going to get some accurate measurements. Very accurate. Micrometer doesn't get much more accurate than this. And I was watching the Ball Shredder. Awesome channel, awesome guitar player. And he's reviewing some custom IYVs. We're going to get into that later. But IYV has a website, and I'll put the link down there, and always see all their guitars on the website. It's like, boy, it'd be nice to be able to order one. Well, I guess you can. So I'm excited about that. I've got a new IYV Les Paul or PRS copy coming today, a nice one. I forget what model it is, but it's less from Amazon than the shipping of a custom guitar. Custom guitar from IYV is, I believe they said, right around $170. If you got a bolt-on neck and put it in a smaller box, you can get it down to like $80. But if you get the big box, it's like $180. So I'm getting from Amazon, since they buy container loads of these guitars, a brand new guitar for less than the shipping cost direct. It's really a no-brainer, right? I mean, come on. It doesn't get any cheaper than that. And, you know, one reason IYV guitars are inexpensive, I'm not going to say cheap because they're not cheap. They're great guitars. Inexpensive guitars is the minimum wage in Vietnam. Guess what? Right around $3 an hour. So, and I'm sure people in PIRS, Paul Reed Smith Company, and Gibson Manufacturing Company, Martin, I'm sure there's nobody in those companies that are making less than $25 an hour. So, of course, they got to charge more for the guitars. Overhead, you go to a guitar store versus Amazon. Every guitar store immediately marks up their inventory 50%. So if they got one of these guitars for $180, that's going to be $360 immediately. And they're probably going to mark it up more than 50%. So that's how you get them from Amazon, so inexpensive. Well, I guess I don't want to trust getting a guitar in a box. I'm going to go to the guitar store. Well, here's a clue for you. How do you think they arrived at the guitar store? If they don't arrive in a box to the guitar store, then they're really going to be a piece of shit guitar, right? So it doesn't even make any sense, that comment. You got to think about what you're saying. Maybe the Gibson's going to come in a aircraft quality flight case, which the case alone is going to be more than all these 3 guitars here alone. So it's all what you want, what you get. And again, the biggest thing I say about an inexpensive guitar is look at the finish on these things. Looks great, right? But if you got up close, it's not the showroom finish of a Corvette, a Porsche, or a Lamborghini. You get that from a Paul Reed Smith for $2,500. You're going to get a flawless, beautiful finish like you've never seen before in your life. Polished. Oh my God. Unbelievable. They polish these guitars. They look great, but they're not high-end Porsche $2,500 guitars. I'm not expecting that. I expect it to look nice like they do. They look great. And, so the Ball Shredder, he was discussing how, you know, he's got a $2,500 PRS, and it's not his favorite guitar, which some people would think it would be since it's the most money. Well, you're kind of right. But it's not going to say it's your favorite guitar for feel and playability. That comes with having multiple guitars. Back when I was 16 playing in the band, you had to look kind of rock and roll. We're rock and roll, so Yeah, the Flying V's were in. Eddie Van Halen guitar hadn't been made yet. Les Pauls, of course. All the big bands are playing them. Jimmy Page, Steve Howe. Everybody plays a Les Paul. Jeff Beck. Stratocaster's a super popular guitar. So you had to have a Strat or a Les Paul. And I remember playing a Rickenbacker 6-string in the store. It's like, there's semi-hollow body. And I was like, wow, this guitar plays better than any other guitar I've ever played in the world. It was very expensive. I was like, well, I can't buy it because I can't have that type of guitar in a rock band. It's just, even though it's the best guitar I ever played, I don't want it. And IYV makes that copy. I'm so excited to be able to, hopefully that's going to be on my hit list. It's more expensive than the PRS I just ordered for $157. Unbelievable. Way off track on this video of where we're at. Not really though. So I ordered this one first. I've been out of the game for 20 years. It's like, you know, they used to make okay copies. I can't afford a new Les Paul. I'll just get it and gut it with new pickups and tuning keys. I'll just go right through the thing right off the bat. And I liked it. And I was like, well, wait a minute. I've heard good reviews about this. Let me try an original and compare it to it. And compared to like the Firefly, the way I'm going to describe the CNC Destiny wound pickups is more jazzy, more full. If you want to take this and like set it towards an acoustic setting or a very clean setting and use the bridge pickup or the neck pickup, you're going to get this really full body sound just like a real Les Paul. The Fireflies don't sound like a real Les Paul. They sound very bright, which isn't a bad thing. Like the guy said, he likes the sound. Some people like the sound of the Fireflies better because it's so bright. But if you buy a set of $10,000 speakers, they're not going to sound as bright as your phone because music isn't really that bright. So I learned that. You buy good speakers and good stuff. It's not as tinty. It's more fully bodied. And that's what you get with this full body sound. This is more rock and roll with the Seymour Duncans. It's like, okay, you know, I like that. Two different, same guitar, two different tones. I believe I got two different size strings on them. And we're going to get into nuts and strings here in a minute. But, Ocean Blue, the ILS-300. And be careful because if, I think it's the Bald Shredder that reviews the Ocean Blue guitar and not Irace's Garage. He's the one that did 4 Les Pauls and went through them. Unbelievable. I mean, it's like gave me an idea. You know, he's showing the variations. That every guitar has variations except almost for one thing: how it plays and sounds. Basically, all his 4 guitars came intonated close enough so you, in the nuts and everything, right out of the box, you could actually play the guitars. But he's smart enough that he got into it and showed me what to look for to make these actually more playable. Now, I went down to my guitar shop with all of them. Hey, set these up for me. He put new strings on them. Except for this one, I want to keep the Vietnamese strings. These are direct from Vietnam, so it's kind of weird, but these are from another country, across the world. I don't need to take these right off. They're brand new. They were in good condition, so that's really cool. So generally, yeah, you put new strings on it, get it set up the way you want. Want to make sure the action is right. Well, I don't think he did any of that because I had a buzz on one. He comes by, oh, well, let me fix that. He fixed it, tapped on. One of them was, oh, let me fix that, 2 seconds. Well, that's what I thought I just paid you for, is to set these guitars up, go over them. You know, these are copies, man. It's like, I've never bought an IYV guitar in my life. When I first had this one, it's like, I'll take a look at it with a fine-tooth comb. I want to know if it's good or bad. Well, I find out that these dealers really don't want to give you a good opinion because they are such an awesome guitar. He wants to sell you the Gibsons that he's got on the wall. He can't buy these and sell them because he can't get the price on them. So yeah, I've noticed that these bigger shops, the Guitar Center, they ain't gonna say crap about this guitar because they want to sell you the Epiphone Les Paul. So I'll put this up against any Epiphone Les Paul any day of the week for the, not even money inside. I don't care about the quality of finish. I'm gonna scratch the shit out of them anyway. So what I did notice when I bought the blue one, when I saw it, was, I gotta have the blue one. That's the new model I heard that's coming out. It's supposed to replace the green. Well, it's not replacing it. Somebody said that they're not available. Well, according to their website, they are available, and I believe you could custom order your own, or you're not even custom order as it is from them, but it's going to cost you more than Amazon. But when I got the blue one, I go, oh, this is awesome. And I grabbed it. Right away when I grabbed it, I go, feels funny. Oh, there's my Amazon truck with my new guitar. Man, he drove by the house. Come on back, buddy. Come on back. When I grabbed it, I go, the neck feels huge. Feels more like a Gibson. I'm gonna go get my new guitar. Hang on. Nothing here? Nothing here? Sweet. Says he's got something. Getting it off truck. I'll be right back. You put tape on the truck today anyway? No place to go fix that?
They actually grounded the other one.
Oh,
They said it was, they said,
put the roll on this.
they said the cash was too big. I gotta put a, pressure response.
Yeah, well, that used to job off.
What's the last 2 digits of that phone number? 6, 7. You sure it's 7, 8? Yeah, it's not coming. That's it?
Okay.
Alright, I gotta scan this through.
I don't know how I get my new phone number.
Dude, who knows that? I don't know if
Usually
it's,
I remember it. I don't know why.
I don't know if it's based on, alright, now it's all set as well.
Okay.
Alright, that's very good.
Alright. Alright, look, we're gonna have to cut this video short. My new guitar's here, so. So we'll finish discussing this video. What should have taken 2 minutes? Not even 2 minutes. When I got this Ocean Blue Les Paul, welcome back. If anybody stuck around for the break, I should have said go get a hot dog and soda or something, but I noticed it was big and fat, more like a Les Paul feel. I kind of like didn't think about it that much. I was like, okay, is it? It kind of subconsciously, subliminally, it's in the back of my mind. And then I'm looking at the rack, as you saw in another video, how this guitar headstock is like way bigger than the others. 6.5 inches, and this is 6 7/8. So it's 3/8 of a difference taller, even though 5.5. The nut to the ratio there is a little bit different. I haven't measured yet bridge to the tuning keys. That's going to be a whole other thing. This is to figure out when I noticed like Irace's garage was going through these things. I was like, man, the guy is awesome. He's tearing these guitars apart, but not in a bad way. And I hope people in Korea don't get beat too much for his showing all the flaws, you know. He shows different defects on every guitar. He doesn't realize these are Koreans, man, in Vietnam. It's a communist country. What do you think the boss is going to do? Say, hey, good job? He's going to come in with a whip and beat these people. You see that video from Irace's garage? Smack! He's got video smack! He's got bang! He beat these people. They showing all your mistakes, you idiots. So I hope they don't get beat too bad. So I was like, okay, let's get some measurements. I got the micrometer out and measured the thickness of the neck at the 2nd fret and the 11th fret to make sure I wasn't anywhere near the round. And with this, what I found is I was right. This blue guitar is way thicker. Not even a little bit thicker, but we're going from 0.800 to 0.850. And this is the thinnest one. My second IYV guitar. 0.780. So this neck is really thin here. And at the 11th fret, it's 0.95. So it starts to get fat, but not as fat as the Ocean Blue. The Ocean Blue is 0.850, so it's a lot thicker everywhere. It's at the 11th fret, it's 0.95. So this one that I didn't modify is the thinnest neck, 780, 750. And then 865. You know, the number's probably I love it. There's so, you know, I got this down. I got this down. This is not 9. This is 8. So this is the thinnest one at the 11th. Then it goes up a little bit thicker. We go up to 800, 865. And then this thing's a monster. I mean, you can automatically, when you pick your hands up on this guitar anyways, it's like you realize that the neck is thicker. I was like, okay. So this is, out of all my guitars, IYVs, that is the thickest. Got the Irace model. And that is coming in at 915. So every guitar is different out of all of them, except for the tobacco one has the most identical neck to that one. Or that one, I forgot, or one of them. So that's how I believe when people are playing guitars, oh yeah, I love this guitar. It's because you're not even thinking about things that are, you know, there. I would give you the measurements to check the width. But I'll tell you, the width is identical on every single 10 guitars I have. All of them. There's not even a variance of a 32nd. So that's, we don't need to go in. I didn't want to go into that. But I should at least mention it, why we're not doing that. Because they're all exactly the same. So that's going to cover this portion of it. But I do want to mention that one thing that Irace was mentioning is that the sides of the frets were really rough. And these are not so bad. They're not super polished, but I bought a polishing kit from his video to be ready for it. And the ocean blue model, it's not the same model that he has. I believe it's an IL something. It's not an ILS-300. So you got to double check that on that ocean blue guitar. They have two. They have one that's almost the shape of a Les Paul like you have, and this one is shaped like a Les Paul. And look at these frets. Are such an improvement to the other two Les Pauls. They're, I guess, similar to like what they said the Firefly has, the rounded edges, and they're really beautiful. I'm not sure, I don't know, I ain't got the macro lens on there, and I think the focus is not that good on these. So I don't know if we can, we're out of focus now. This one's not good, but the new one is bad. I mean, they're all good. Way better than the ones I see on other people's videos. So I'd say don't ever buy from eBay. See that? It's not bad. Don't ever buy these from eBay, because if you got one that's screwed up, send it back. Who knows? Somebody, buys one, sends it back to Amazon, screws up their own shit. Amazon don't catch it, and they send it back out. Happens all the time. So these aren't bad. Very happy with that, but we're going to polish them anyway. So that's the story. I'm sticking to it. And of course, I forgot to wear my microphone that I spent money on for this video. Here's the microphone I'm supposed to be wearing to make a nice sound. So now I screw something up. Okay, take two. Let's redo the whole video. I'll get this microphone on that guy. Bullshit, I got a new guitar we gotta get to. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Tell your friends about the channel. Peace out, Roger. Over and out.